So we're up to the Ashrei, page 31. Last week we learned it inside. We went over the simple meaning, and now we're going to try to delve a little deeper. So it starts out, the real psalm, page 31, it starts out with Tehillah LeDavid, a praise for David. The whole Tehillim is named after Tehillah LeDavid, Tehillah, and it ends with Tehillah. Tehillah Hashem Yedaber Pi. So what does David HaMelech start? What does he say? Adoi Mimcha Elokai HaMelech. I will elevate you, my God, the King. V'halla Shimcha Le'elam V'od. And I will praise your name forever. Question is, what do you mean Hashem needs elevation? What do you mean I'm going to elevate Hashem? I am going to elevate Hashem? Hashem needs elevation? I have the power to elevate Hashem? Adoi Mimcha Elokai HaMelech. I'm going to elevate you. You. Adoi Mimcha. You yourself, I'm going to elevate. But David HaMelech is very precise. He says Elokai. It's the name Elokim. What does the name Elokim represent? We have the name Hashem, Yud Kei Vav Kei. Hashem is a central name. And then we have the name Elokim. What's the difference between the name Hashem and the name Elokim? So the difference is that a person, there's two ways a person could express himself. There's a way that you express yourself, and in expressing yourself, you reveal yourself. You reveal something of yourself. It's like light. The light, sunlight, the light reveals the sun. It's something that the sun gives off. The sun gives off light, but it reveals the sun. Through the light, I see the sun. Through the light, I know what the sun is. I know the sun is warmth and heat and light, illumination. So when a person reveals something of himself, when he gives, but he also reveals something of himself. For example, an artist, when you draw something, you're also revealing. The artist is revealing himself in his art. His personality, his character, what he's thinking, what he's dreaming of, what moves him, what stirs him, he pours it all out on the canvas in his art. So it reveals something of himself. That's the analogy of light. Like light, the sun emanates light and reveals something of itself through the light. Then you have what we call koyach. Koyach is I take an action. I do something. I throw a ball. Yes, I have the power to throw a ball. Am I revealing anything of myself in that throwing my ball? Is it self-revelation? I haven't revealed anything. Animals can also throw balls, kick balls. It doesn't show anything. My action doesn't show anything, doesn't reveal anything of the person who's acting. That's the difference in Or and Koyach. That's the difference in the name Hashem. When we say the name Hashem, Yud Kei Vav Kei, that's a name that reveals, when Hashem is revealing himself. It's the Or. When we say Elokim, Elokim means Koyach, strength. Hashem has the Koyach. When you say Elokim, you have to have in mind Hashem has the Koyach, the strength to do everything. So this is, and the name Elokim is numerical value of 86, which is the same numerical value of the Hebrew word Hateva. Meaning it's concealed, it's hidden, like something that's drowned. It's covered up by the waters. It's submerged. So Hashem creates the world of nature, creates the world, but he's covered up. I don't see Hashem. Hashem is not revealing himself. The name Hashem is where Hashem reveals himself. Like when Yaakov Avinu is sleeping in the Beit HaMikdash, in the place of the Beit HaMikdash, he says, "Oh, Achen Yesh Hashem." Yesh Hashem HaMakom Hazeh. He felt the revelation, and a Beis HaMikdash is a place where Hashem is revealed. Hashem reveals himself. And that's why you had 10 miracles in the Beis HaMikdash. It's a place where godliness is open, godliness is revealed. Hashem's true self is revealed, and therefore Hashem is not limited to nature. Versus the name Elokim, which is nature, Hashem is submerged, is covered up. He doesn't reveal himself. So Torah mitzvah come from the name Hashem. The name Hashem is Hashem's revelation versus the name Elokim. And that's why when you're connected to the name Hashem, you're beyond nature. And that's why Avraham Avinu, Both Avram and his brother Haran were thrown into the fire by Nimrod. What happened to Avram? He survived. He walked around. It was like a botanical gardens. It was so hot that the soldiers who made the fire got burnt. And Avram was walking around like it was a Prospect Park, Central Park. Haran was also thrown into the fire. What happened to him? Died, burnt immediately. Because Haran lived a natural life. Haran played it safe. After he saw the miracle with Avram, he took Avram's side. Okay, being a big hero. It doesn't take a lot of courage to be a hero, after the fact. So if you live a life of nature, then you're subject to the laws of nature. And nature is very rigid. Fire burns. You can't change that. So he burnt. Avram lived a courageous life, a heroic life. Avram lived a life of Hashem, Hashem's name. He was connected to Hashem's name. He was ready to sacrifice himself, sacrifice his life. He went beyond his own human nature. He lifted himself above his nature. He plugged in with Hashem. So when you are plugged in with the name Hashem, which is beyond nature, then who says fire has to burn? Miracles happen. It's not a fire, it's a botanical garden. While the fire is burning, he's walking around. As the Gemara says, that Rabbi Ben Tzion said, all his wife had was vinegar. She had he needed oil to burn. They had no oil. So Rabbi Ben Tzion said, the same one that said that oil should burn, will say that vinegar will burn. And he poured vinegar and it burned. When you live a miraculous life, like Rabbi Ben Tzion, a Yid, who's plugged in through Torah, mitzvot, who's openly and revealed, and he's connected with Hashem, that transcends time and space and transcends limitations, then miracles happen. You're not limited, you're not straitjacketed, you're not subject to the laws of nature. When you're openly connected to Hashem, there's no limits. There's no definitions and there's no limits. But when you live within the box, now, the reality is that the truth is that even nature is really godly. There was an argument amongst the Kabbalists when we say Hashem contracted himself, whether it's literal or it's not literal. You can go to tanyaclass.com, the second part of the Tanya, Shari Yichud V'Emunah, the Gate of Unity, chapter 7, and that really explains the essence of Chassidus, that Tzimtzum is not literal, versus the Vilna Gaon held, no, Tzimtzum is literal. That Hashem runs this world, of course. Everything that happens in this world is by divine providence. But Hashem is not enclosed in the world. Hashem, it's like a king. A king is sitting in his palace, and he's watching everything that's happening in his kingdom. And he guides everything, and he controls everything. But he's not literally in every single thing in his kingdom. It's not respectful. It's more respectful to say the king is... And he is guiding and controlling everything. But the king is not to be found literally in the world of nature, and everything in this world, you find Hashem. It's like a person, you give tzedakah to a poor person. Yes, I'm giving him my money. I'm giving him something. It's my money that I'm giving him. So of course Hashem gives us everything that we have. Our life, our health, our success. But Hashem is giving us. It's not He Himself. He's giving us His money, so to speak. His energy. He's giving us energy and life. But it's not that Hashem Himself could be found. That's one school of thought. But the other school of thought, and the Baal Shem Tov held, and the Alter Rebbe explains that Tzimtzum is not literal. Hashem Himself is found within nature. Hashem Himself. And we see that, it's vindicated today. We see the whole revolution of modern physics, that everything in this world is truly infinite. You go into the atom, the subatomic level, everything is truly infinite. Everything is a reflection. Nothing changed. Even after the Tzimtzum, even in the world of nature, if you really go deep down, everything is really infinite. Everything is really, nothing changed. It's only our perception that changed. In the world, exactly. No, so Tzimtzum it's our perception. We don't feel it. We don't sense it. We look at this world, everything appears to be solid and rigid and fragmented and limited and dead. But the reality is, the truth is, nothing changed. Everything is dynamic, everything is vibrant, everything is pulsating, everything is alive, everything is infinite, everything. It's not, the truth is, this world is, there's nothing here. Reality, there's nothing here. This is 99.9% empty. It's just the atom swirls with so quickly that it gives us a sense, a perception of solidity. But the reality is, in truth, this is all empty. There's nothing here. It's all pure energy. It's energy. As we speak, at this moment, is transforming itself into the table, into you and I, to the tissue, into everything that exists. But it's perception. We don't see it. We see a dead world, a solid world, a fragmented world, this stone. You know how alive the stone is? You know how the stone is pure energy? It's dynamic, it's pulsating. We don't see that. That's the tzimtzum. But the reality is, the truth is, the stone is alive, has a life, it's energy, it's pure energy. So this is the effect of the tzimtzum. It's only our perception, but not the truth. Not in reality, Hashem is not here. Not that anything changed in reality. Hashem is here, and His infinite projection, His infinite self is here, and His infinite projection is here. Everything is truly infinite. What's the personal implication, the practical implication in our personal lives? Once you recognize that tzimtzum is not literal, that means Hashem's infinity is found in my day-to-day life, in the physical, in the material, as I go about my business, my career, in my eating, in my drinking, in my sleeping, whatever I'm doing, Hashem is here. So it's not only that I connect with Hashem when I do something holy, I do something godly, I do something that's openly divine, like a Torah, that comes from the name Hashem. That's my way I connect to Hashem when I learn Torah, I do mitzvahs. No, but I can also worship Hashem. I can also serve Hashem as I go about my day-to-day life. Every aspect of my life. I'm eating, I'm drinking, I'm sleeping, whatever I'm doing, I'm relaxing. Every aspect of my life is really, I can connect with Hashem, I can serve Hashem. And that means, first and foremost, that even though I'm so busy and so engaged, most of my adult life is busy with my career and earning a living, but not at the expense. I can't find time to study Torah. I can't find time to daven, to come to shul. I don't give tzedakah, God forbid. Once you recognize that everything is infinite, Hashem is found everywhere, Hashem is within, nature itself is really, it's truly infinite, it's really Hashem Himself, and nothing changed. It's only our perception that changed, but Hashem is present, here. In His essence, in His entirety, Hashem is here, Hashem is present. It changes how you go about your daily life. And then you reveal Hashem. Now you're revealing Hashem within the world. And that's what David HaMelech is saying. Arei mimcha Elokai, it's up to me to elevate Hashem. We have to elevate Hashem by us recognizing the truth, the reality, that in Elokai, even though it's the name Elokai, it's the name Elokim, Hashem is hidden and concealed. It's like Hashem's koyach. And Hashem is not revealing Himself. It's the world of nature. HaMelech, it's the world of, it's not Hashem. No. But you realize that Hashem is present. It's my realization and my living and acting accordingly that I elevate. The name Elokim, I elevate. I elevate it. Instead of being a concealment, where Hashem is hidden, Hashem is concealed, I find Hashem within Elokai. I find within Elokai HaMelech, I find Hashem and I'm able to elevate Him and to reveal Him. And that's what our service is. 6 days a week we work. Hashem tells us to work. And only if you work 6 days a week, then you can celebrate Shabbos. Shabbos is Shabbos Hayoim LaHashem. Vaychal Elokim, the name Elokim comes to an end. Shabbos is when Hashem is openly revealed. But in order to eat on Shabbos, you have to cook before Shabbos. If you prepare the food before Shabbos, then you have what to eat on Shabbos. It's only by working the 6 days a week, operating in a natural world, in a natural way, doing the 39 creative works, but recognizing that it all comes from Hashem and everything in Hashem, and finding Hashem within the world of nature, then you elevate Hashem, and then on Shabbos, Hashem is revealed. But this is the result of our work. This is what we've been doing for 6 days. We prepare for Shabbos. We do the preparations for Shabbos. We are preparing for Shabbos by revealing that within the world of nature we find Hashem. That even though 6 days a week we're working, but we make sure we find the time to study Torah and do mitzvahs and to daven. And then when Shabbos comes along, I'm ready for Shabbos. Now I can experience the revelation of the godliness that I connected with during the week. And the same is with the whole exile. It's like 6 days. We're at the end of the 6th day already. Every 1,000 years is a day. So we're 5,783. We're literally at the end of the 6th millennium. We're a moment before Shabbos. So as a result of our efforts and work during the time of exile, and even though a Jew is engaged in the natural world, but we lift up Hashem. We sing Hashem's praises. We find Hashem and discover Hashem, not only in the world of revelation, in the world of Torah mitzvahs, but in the world of nature, Elokai, Elokim, where it's Hashem's koyach, where Hashem is not openly revealed. And a Yid finds Hashem and elevates Hashem. Then when Mashiach comes, that's the Shabbos. Then we're going to experience the revelation of godliness. This will lead to Mashiach, Leilam Vad, for all eternity, Olam Haba. Then I'm going to bless Hashem, I'm going to draw down Hashem, the revelation of Hashem, which comes as a result of my effort, our effort. David HaMelech is speaking for the entire Jewish people. We are at a Mimcha L'Kai HaMelech. For the last 6,000 years, we've been working on at a Mimcha to elevate and to reveal Elokai, to find in Elokai and realize that it's really Hashem, to see Hashem and realize that Hashem is present, totally present. And as a result, then forever and ever, we're going to enjoy and experience the revelation of godliness, the Shabbos, when everything that we've done and accomplished will be fully revealed, and we'll experience the revelation of godliness in this world. We'll see what we've accomplished during the 6 days or during the six millennium. To be continued. Next week we'll continue. We'll take another few verses and go a little deeper.